Well, here we are. My heart is so full of joy, class of 2017, joy in your achievement and pride at all you've accomplished. I want to speak to you from my heart on the topic of fear. Now, that may have something to do with the fact that I find myself sandwiched between Drs. Moeller and Piper. It may be more personal and existential than you realize. But I am convinced that fear is a powerful force. It's a powerful force. In fact, marketers are well aware of this, and they appear quite willing to capitalize upon it. I recently read about a new product, the Owlet Smart Sock. Have you heard of it? Well, let me help you. From the advertisement, peace of mind in parenting is closer than you think. The Smart Sock 2 uses pulse oximetry to measure your infant's heart rate and oxygen level while they sleep. This information is communicated to your phone via a base station that is designed to notify you with lights and sounds if something doesn't appear just right with your baby. Using our app, you can view your baby's heart rate and oxygen levels in real time. Well, since the Smart Sock debuted in 2015, the manufacturer has sold some 80,000 units, priced around $300 each. And it's all tagged with the catchphrase, worry less, sleep better. And of course, there's no question that for many families, these kinds of technological advancements represent a valuable help in caring for children with precarious health concerns. We should rejoice in that. But it is worth noting that the manufacturer is positioning this as a product for all parents, for all children. And the insinuation is clear. What kind of parent would not want to know their infant's heart rate and oxygen levels at any given moment? How cruel and cold-hearted might you be? And you might as well let your children be raised by wolves. Next thing you know it, you're forking over $300 and a sock is in the way to your mailbox. Well, amid all the joy and celebration of a day such as this, we might also admit that there is a measure of fear mixed in. Perhaps it is better described as an awareness of the vast uncertainties of your future. We feel it as your faculty. We have poured so much into you. We have come to know and to love you, and yet we recognize that you now leave and you must go your own way. And there is uncertainty in that for us. Will you run the race well? Will you finish well? Parents surely feel it. Graduating from college is a significant achievement, and the conclusion of tuition payments is reason enough to slay the fatted calf. And I didn't even get an amen on that. But parents certainly bear the burden of wondering, what kind of career will you undertake? Will you, students, secure gainful employment? Who will you marry? Where will you live? Will you one day sire grandchildren? And when you do, will you ever come to visit? And parents, I did check, by the way, there is no Smart Sock option for your son or daughter to be fitted with when they receive their diploma. And students, I suspect you feel it yourselves. Even as you celebrate, there are so many unknowns about your path ahead. And at your most honest moment, you might even sense a bit of fear as you consider these unknowns. While your future path may seem unclear or uncertain to you, it is no mystery to the ruler of the universe. Your soon-to-be alma mater has high hopes for you. You have arrived at a great milestone and an achievement and are indeed to be commended. But don't trust in yourself. As you now step forward in God's calling in this next season of life, your confidence cannot ultimately be in your own abilities or skills, as exceptional as they are. You are, after all, a finite creature with finite abilities. And at some point, you will find yourself despairing and disappointed. You will feel inadequate. You will sense your own frailty and weakness. And life will bring for you, as it does for all of God's children, seasons of suffering. In fact, this is precisely what Jesus tells us in John 16. After explaining to his disciples what would happen upon his return to the Father, he says, I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. You will have suffering in this world. Be courageous. I have conquered the world. At some point, troubles will find you. The life you envision for yourself will take a different shape. People will disappoint you and even hurt you. Family members will suffer, and it will break your heart. And if you stand for Jesus and his kingdom, you will face all sorts of opposition. As Christ said, you will have suffering in this world. But the ruling king assures us, even commands us this morning, be courageous. And while commencement ceremonies across this country will echo the call to courage and hope, most of them will establish it upon ground that cannot hold. They will say, class of 2017, look to yourself. Take note of how remarkable, how exceptional, how extraordinary you are. Consider all the potential that rests within you. But at some point, the bottom on that ideology inevitably falls out. Boyce College graduates, be courageous. But may your courage be based upon the finished work of Christ. He has indeed conquered the world, and as you now go out, as soldiers of Christ in truth arrayed, we send and commission you with our love, our hopes, and our prayers. Your abilities truly are remarkable, and your achievement significant. Your calling is high, and your future uncertain. But be strong and courageous in the Lord. Only he is sufficient to lead you and sustain you. God bless you.